Have you ever looked at your electrical panel and seen a bunch of switches with weird acronyms like MCB, MCCB, or RCCB and wondered what they all do? It can seem pretty confusing, but understanding them is key to keeping your home and workplace safe. Today, we're going to break down these electrical guardians, one by one, in simple terms. By the end of this video, you'll know exactly what each device does and why it's so important. Let's start with the most common one you'll find in your home, the MCB, which stands for Miniature Circuit Breaker. Think of the MCB as the first line of defense for your individual circuits, like the one for your bedroom lights or kitchen outlets. Its main job is to protect against specific problems, overloads, and short circuits. An overload happens when you plug in too many devices into one circuit, drawing more current than the wires can safely handle. A short circuit is a more serious, sudden surge of current, often caused by faulty wiring. In either case, the MCB trips, cutting off the power instantly to prevent wires from overheating, which could cause a fire. They come in different ratings, like 6 amps or 16 amps, matched to the circuit they're protecting. Next up is the MCCB, or Molded Case Circuit Breaker. The MCCB is like the MCB's bigger, tougher sibling. You'll typically find these in commercial or industrial settings, protecting larger systems or entire buildings, not just single circuits. While it also protects against overloads and short circuits, the MCCB is built to handle much higher currents, from around 100 amps all the way up to a few thousand amps. A key feature of many MCCBs is that their trip settings can often be adjusted. This means an electrician can fine-tune the exact current level at which the breaker will trip, offering more customized protection for specific machinery or electrical systems. So, if an MCB is a security guard for a single room, an MCCB is the security team for the entire building. Now, let's talk about a different kind of protection focused on personal safety. This is where devices like the ELCB and RCCB come in. Let's start with the ELCB, the Earth Leakage Circuit Breaker. This is an older technology, and you don't see it as much anymore, but it's important to know. The ELCB's job is to detect any stray voltage on the metal body of an appliance. If a live wire inside, say, your washing machine, accidentally touches the metal casing, the ELCB senses this dangerous voltage and trips the circuit. This prevents you from getting a nasty electric shock if you touch the appliance. However, it relies on a solid connection to the earth wire to work properly, which can sometimes be a point of failure. This brings us to its modern successor, the RCCB, or Residual Current Circuit Breaker. The RCCB is much more sensitive and reliable than the old ELCB. Instead of looking for voltage on an appliance's body, the RCCB constantly monitors the balance of current flowing in the live and neutral wires. In a healthy circuit, the current going in should be exactly the same as the current coming out. But if some of that current leaks out, for example, through a person who has accidentally touched a live part, the RCCB detects this tiny imbalance and shuts off the power in a fraction of a second. This is fast enough to prevent serious injury or electrocution. That's why you'll often find RCCBs protecting circuits in wet areas like bathrooms and kitchens, where the risk of electric shock is higher. It's crucial to understand that an RCCB does not protect against overloads or short circuits. It only protects against earth faults or leakage currents. That's why you'll always see an RCCB paired with an MCB. The MCB handles the overcurrents, and the RCCB handles the life-saving shock protection. So what if you want both types of protection in a single, convenient package? That's where the RCBO comes in. RCBO stands for Residual Current Circuit Breaker with Overcurrent Protection. As the name suggests, It's a clever combination of an MCB and an RCCB in one single unit. It does everything. It protects against overloads, short circuits, and earth leakage currents. This makes it an all-in-one safety device. The main advantage is that if a fault occurs, the RCBO only trips the specific circuit that has the problem. With a standard RCCB feeding multiple MCBs, an earth fault on one circuit would trip the RCCB, cutting power to all the circuits it protects. An RCBO isolates the fault, which is much more convenient for troubleshooting. You might also hear the term RCD, which stands for Residual Current Device. RCD is a general, umbrella term that covers any device that operates on the residual current principle. So, both RCCBs and RCBOs are types of RCDs. When someone says RCD, they are talking about that life-saving function of detecting current leakage to prevent electric shock. You can even get portable RCDs that you plug into a wall socket before plugging in an appliance, which is great for using power tools outdoors. Finally, let's look at a device specifically designed for industrial use, the MPCB, or Motor Protection Circuit Breaker. As the name implies, its primary job is to protect electric motors. Motors have unique electrical needs, especially when they start up, as they draw a very large initial current. The MPCB is specifically designed to handle this startup surge without tripping, while still providing protection against overloads, short circuits, and another problem called phase failure. Phase failure is when one of the three-phase power lines supplying the motor is lost, which can quickly damage the motor. An MPCB detects this and shuts the motor down safely. It essentially combines the functions of a circuit breaker and an overload relay into one compact unit, built tough for the demands of industrial machinery. So, to quickly recap, MCBs protect individual circuits from overloads and short circuits, common in homes. MCCBs do the same but for much higher currents in commercial or industrial settings. RCCBs are your personal safety guards, preventing electric shock from earth faults. But they need an MCB for overcurrent protection. RCBOs are the convenient all-in-one that combine the job of an MCB and an RCCB. RCD is the general family name for these life-saving devices. And finally, MPCBs are the specialized protectors for electric motors. Each of these devices plays a critical role in a complete electrical safety system. They're not just switches, they are intelligent, automatic guards that protect our property from fire and, most importantly, protect our lives from electric shock. Understanding the difference helps you appreciate the complex safety net working silently in your walls every single day. I hope this clears up the alphabet soup of circuit breakers. If you found this video helpful, give it a thumbs up and consider subscribing for more deep dives into the world of electronics and engineering. Got any questions? Drop them in the comments below. Thanks for watching and stay safe.